Carmentary. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. So today I want to talk about an idea that is formulating inside my brain about a real good opportunity for people to come to Japan in the springtime. I want to do another little promotional talk to try and convince skiers and snowboarders, and maybe especially snowboarders, soul surfers, you know, snow surfers, soul surfers, people who are into maybe, yeah, okay, whatever, freestyle, sure, whatever your style is, it doesn't really matter. What I'm trying to say is Japan in the springtime, let's say March the 20th until even as far as May 8th, there are great opportunities for corn snow spring skiing. I think that, you know, maybe that everybody kind of understands. But what I want to add, and what I've kind of come to realize, is that now that the pandemic is over and we are back to normal, events have sprung up. And Japan is now, I would say, 80% back to, you know, what things were like back before 2019. In the springtime, at the ski resorts, in the mountains, across Japan, lots and lots of fun events. And I say event rather than competition. So I think this is the key point. Events in Japan are about everyone getting together and having a chance to like take part in the event. And I look across to America, and I don't know if it's, maybe this is just the image I get from YouTube and social media, but it seems like in North America everything is more based on like a competitive format. It's like there's going to be this competition. It's like a bank, you know, there's bank slalom, there's slope style, there's half pipe, there's races, there's all kinds of things, and we're battling it out to see who's the best. Some of them are made for the top pros. In snowboarding, you have things like the natural selection. You know, it's like the elite of the elite of the elite. And then you do have like local events, like local races and little things for kids to do, and you know, I'm sure there's stuff like that, but my image is everything being very competitive. Japan has a style where it's much more about, we call it sankagata. It's like everyone can be involved. You know, everyone gets a chance. If they build like a bowl, you know, for snowboarders to kind of go in and slash and do surf style maneuvers, there'll usually be a time slot where it's like a demo session where the good guys, the top guys get in there and they show you what is possible, and then they'll open it up to everybody who's, you know, joined in the event. You may have to pay something, register, whatever, but you're going to get a chance to get in there and ride and do your thing and have fun. There may be a competitive side of that as well, but it's much more kind of family, fun, experience oriented. And I've just sort of always taken that for granted, but now I'm looking at that and going, you know, that's really good. And this is what I think makes spring in Japan special. It's one of the things that makes spring in Japan special for the snow community. And I say especially for snowboarders because a lot of these events that I'm talking about are created by, built for snowboarders. I think skiing in Japan has always been traditionally more competitive, more organized. You have more, you know, ski associations and ski groups and ski teams and ski whatever. And, you know, in the springtime, you see a lot of those groups come out and they're doing their events and they're, you know, doing their thing. But the session style of snowboarding is much more apparent. Plus, you have the Yukita phenomenon, bindingless snowboards and little snow skates. And there's a lot of events where they'll build these little mini bowls and little mini parks, and you can come and test out, you know, these handmade boards that people have made and ride and buy something and whatever, drink some beer. So there's a lot of fun to be had, and I think next year, it's something you might want to consider. Come to Japan late in the season. First of all, everything's going to be even cheaper because it's the off season. You know, the main peak of snowboarding in Japan is through the end of February. So March, the prices drop. April, they drop even more. And I want to add to that cherry blossoms. Let's just throw the little icing on the cake here. Cherry blossoms. You know, it's incredible season for beauty and freshness and life and just wow, you know, cherry blossoms blooming starting in Okinawa and coming all the way north to Hokkaido. They don't really bloom here in Hokkaido where I am until the first week of May. So it's a little tough to actually combine the cherry blossoms and the snow scene at the exact same time here in Hokkaido. Usually most of the events that I was talking about are held in late March into like mid to late April. At the very end, we do, you know, the snow levels go down. It gets dirty. It's just not as easy to run an event, so that's tough. But what I'm saying is, you could come to Japan and you could travel around little southern Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, do a little cherry blossom tourism. Absolutely fantastic. And then come up north to Nagano, Hakuba, or up to Hokkaido and take part in some of these fun local events. Beyond sort of competitive session style riding events, you have a lot of board tests. This is also great. You can come and test tons and tons of snowboards. Yesterday at Sapporo Kokusai, and today again, I'm on my way up. Murasaki Sports, large retail chain here in Japan, they hold these demo events all over the place. Basically, every weekend somewhere is going to be a board demo. They had, you know, everything, all the international boards, LibTech, Nitro, then they had Japanese boards like Sekka and, you know, other brands that you can test, bindings. So another fun thing to do is come and you sign up, you register, and then you can test as many boards as you want in the day. Spring slushy snow. They had Genghis Khan, lamb barbecue at the resort. So like on the deck above the board demo, people were eating this lamb barbecue all day long. It smelled so good. Everybody's testing boards, it's sunny. Wow, I mean, it's good. It's really, really good. It's the most underrated season. I think you get the point. Now, for final inspiration, I will leave you with an Instagram feed that you'll want to check out right now. Pascal Shirley is a photographer from Los Angeles, California. And he comes over to Japan quite a bit. He was over here earlier in the season, during the powder season. I've never met him personally. I'm really looking forward to it. We've chatted a couple times through Instagram. I love his feed. He does amazing work with great photos. And he's actually in Japan right now. And he's kind of part of the inspiration for this talk because he's been touring all around Tokyo, Kyoto, Mount Fuji, and that kind of area. And he's just been killing it with the sakura cherry blossom photos. Unbelievable. So much beauty, and just, you know, you can just tell by looking at these photos and following his posts that he's just having a blast, and it looks so good. I'm jealous. I'm envious. We still have a couple weeks to go before it even gets close up here. But that inspired me to see that, yeah, you can fly over from Los Angeles, you can go to all these amazing cities, see temples, see cherry blossoms, and then boom, you can transition to a snowy mountain and get some of that amazing, you know, Japanese spring corn snow with these events. Plus, you can't forget the hard to explain, the hard to put into words, omotenashi. Omotenashi is a great Japanese word that I think should be added to the English vocabulary, like tsunami and sushi and kamikaze and whatever, ninja and like all the words that people know. Omotenashi is like the kindness that you show to guests. It's kind of an understated. You don't have to be super obvious about it. It's like the little things that make a difference and maybe make people go, wow, this place is nice. This place is amazing. These people are great. That is omotenashi. And I think Japan, they have the word for it, so they're obviously concerned about it. And I think it's a great, amazing part of Japan and Japanese culture is, the friendliness and the aura that comes through. So you're going to experience that for sure if you come over in the springtime. All right, that's my talk for today. I'm going to put my parking pass up here. And let me know what you think. Let me know if you've been to Japan in the spring. Let me know some comments, subscriptions, likes, all that stuff. Very much appreciated. Remember to drive safe.